This is a collective message. So, you are someone who has many eyes, many ears, but many energies focused on you, or just interested, right? Interested to see how this plays out. There is this versions of you that other people are painting, right? Trying to paint a picture of you being a certain way. And if you're like me, you've been used to this your whole life, right? And you know a lot of it is not true at all, if any. If any. And because if you're like me, you're someone who will admit to any downfalls or anything like that. You've already made peace with and healed many past versions of yourself and have become this new reinvented version of you, which is authentically you, which many do not know and understand, right? And you've had a lot of people tell you how to be and try to drag you in certain directions, etc. All the time, while they expect you to know who you are yourself, right? And you didn't know yourself before. You've been through those many different versions. You've had to experience. You've had to learn. And again, you've worked through them. You've healed, and you've become this version where it's completely different, right? And it's something that people don't understand because it is you being your authentic self. It is you saying and being in the energies that you need to be. It is a different version than others are used to, and most people do not like, because you get into many different things that way. But especially if they're rejected, or they don't feel acknowledged, or they can't get their way, right? So there are some people who, again, create these false narratives. They create fake everything. They try to narrate things. They try to orchestrate things, but in the long run, you will be vindicated because everybody can see the truth. It is right there in front of people's faces, and you're in the position where you know who you are, you know what you're doing. You do not have to vindicate your name. You do not have to, yell off every blasphemy that's said about you, or etc. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to rectify yourself. You don't have to, you acknowledge everything, but you don't have to accept what other people are trying to force into your life. You do not have to accept the past versions of yourself. You do not have to, lower your standards for anybody, and you do not have to allow, anyone that opportunity. And people, sometimes want to learn the hard way. These are a pair of, a set of bones that I collected, and I made witch runes out of them. And I did add 2 extra runes in my set here. So we have woman off here to the left. We have harvest to the right, which is beautiful. I love that. And you're really going into the emotions, so you can turn instead of running with this masculine aspect within yourself, so you can be confident, so you can be self-empowered, so you're not hiding, so you're not repressing, so you're not shaming. So here's another thing: you've also been a scapegoat for many, many different times. And again, whether they orchestrated it or not, whether you took accountability for other people's actions and made up a story for them, whatever the case may be, um, you don't need to do that anymore. You don't. Hold on one second. And it's like, again, not taking the blame for everyone else's bullcrap, for the things that they are going for, that are going on in their lives, for the things that they have created. And it's also about being put in situations where you're put on the spot, where maybe in the past it was, led with negative emotions, but now you have nothing to hold on to, you have nothing that stands in the way, so you don't have to feel those things anymore. And then that's when the guilt and everything else starts spreading to everybody else, because it's not you. And when you're standing your ground, when you are using, with the winds here in the middle, your communication, you are communicating effectively in a healthy way. You are acknowledging things, yet you are pointing out the flaws in the people that everybody else are missing, the ones that are shouting their voices while you are sitting here calm, serene, and peaceful, right? You are focused on yourself. You are determined. You have that will. You are letting things flow. And although things feel far off, or it's a lot of people and things from the past still trying to, dab their little fingers in whatever smear they can do. There's a lot of protection the way that these fall. But it feels like at crossroads, or you've done a lot with the crossroads, the feminine aspect, the void as well, the shadow work, the healing, the integrating, and allowing yourself this balance of reflection, illumination, and revitalization, allowing yourself to love again, allowing yourself to be in these beautiful energies while others are in this negative state, or trying to bring you down into these negative states. And there's a lot of stuff that you don't actually know that's going on, but intuitively, right? But you're just continuing on forward. You are reaping, your rewards, while others will receive theirs. And, while others may be intimidated, and that's usually the case. You're an energy a lot of people are not used to. With a lot of love to show, with a lot of power connection to the moon, to your home, to your shell, not being alienated anymore, not feeling left out, not being tied down to the past versions of self. And again, the past, these other versions of you that would never even be you, right? These are versions of you, again, people are creating, and it's sort of like overshadows things, but you're feeling this intuitively, but it's not anything that constricts you. This helps move you forward through each and every experience. You are moving forward, gaining strength, and have this momentum with this healed, inner child, this, healed version that can move through these obstacles to some that are nothing, because you're trusting in the avenues, you're trusting in your path, you're trusting in God, Judgment, the Hierophant, the Elephant, Ganesh, moving through these with ease. You make it look wonderful. you have this youth and rejuvenation in